created a new world order.
Build a new world order.
A new world order.
A new world order.
Going to take over global
Conspiracy
government.
theorists.
They've been crazy, but now they're right.
I was the commander of Area 51.
I lie and say I never worked out there.
It's the most famous secret military base in the world.
We did accept these conditions. Keep your mouth shut. Your lives or other lives depend on it.
Now, the men who worked at Area 51 tell their stories for the first time.
There's been an awful lot of misinformation, but it's been fed by people's natural curiosity. If you don't know what's going on, you might like to find out.
The agency has never and will never, ever admit there is an Area 51 in the story.
Established by the CIA in 1955 to develop and test America's most secret military projects, Area 51 was named after a grid number on a map. While officially it doesn't exist, today satellite images of the Nevada desert show 7 runways and more than 25 hangars. Shrouded in secrecy, access has always been highly restricted. But finally, the early programs that started it all are being declassified, and memories can be brought to light.
It was a real Cold War. You're talking nuclear bombs aimed at every major city, and it's like two people, who's going to throw the first punch?
There are a lot of times when democracy just has to give way to strict control like military so you can accomplish something that will allow for your country to survive. And that's the way we all thought about it, I think.
We had a meeting. No pencil or paper was allowed. Even the pilots did not talk to each other because nothing was written down. It's all in our heads.
When we came into the program, we were given a code name. My first name was Ken, and the last name started with C for Collins, but it was Colmar, C-O-L-M-A-R.
At least with me, I'm not that curious, which I felt was good on the secrecy part of it. I mean, if I don't need to know it, I'm not going to ask.
I was told, don't bother ever trying to find your level of clearance. You've just been cleared by the highest groups in Washington, D.C. They have an apparatus to know what you're doing, what you're saying, where you're going.
The base was built around a dry lake bed known as Groom Lake. It offered obvious advantages.
Well, we needed a good place to land, that we could land any direction depending on where the wind came from, and the round lake served that purpose. It was also protected with the mountain range around it, so it wasn't very visible.
Smooth as glass. Just unbelievable. I could take that staff car out there as fast as it'd go, and it wouldn't even make a bump. It was just beautiful.
Groom Lake was very sparse, very sparse. We had a bunch of trailers for us to live in. And we had a all-purpose building where you eat, didn't have TV, didn't even have a radio.
We didn't have any women there. There was one woman who was with the finance of CIA that came up there and spent one night. That's the only one I ever knew of.
Well, Paradise Ranch was the first name that was given to the establishment. They thought it would soften the blow of the austerity. It was an attempt to perhaps convince people it wasn't quite as bad as it looked.
I think the charm of Area 51 is it just had one job to do, and anybody that wasn't needed didn't go there, probably didn't want to go there, because, you know, it wasn't that grand a vacation spot. Pretty tough duty.
The CIA needed a certain kind of man to work at Area 51.
But we kind of self-selected to be quiet warriors. The security screening tended to eliminate a fair number of people who were kind of show-offs.